Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'll be talking about why time is actually an illusion, in my opinion. Now, what is an illusion? Now, here in the dictionary it says an illusion is an instance of a wrong or misinterpreted perception of a sensory experience. So it means that you kind of perceive something the wrong way or in the way that it's not actually in reality. Another definition of an illusion is a deceptive appearance or impression or a false idea or belief. Now, how does this apply to time? Um, this applies to time in the way that time obviously exists. It's a real thing because, you can do something and you can count, for example, 5 minutes, and that, something you did, will still have happened. And, time is not kind of, it's not there and then not there. Time is always there, you can't kind of manipulate it like that. Um, but we perceive it as humans in ways that is not how it actually functions. And what I mean by this is that, for example, as many of you have probably experienced, some days pass really quickly, some days are much longer, some days, us, basically each and every kind of day or hour you perceive time differently. It's never the same, some periods that's why, when you're doing something like kind of fast or quickly, or you're in a tough situation, time seems to move slower. That's like the definition of an illusion, and that's one thing. And another thing that's kind of my main argument to why time is actually an illusion is that time is relative. And this is what Einstein proved, and by relative, I mean that I'm not a physicist. Okay, I'm not a professional scientist. I don't have a degree, but this is available information for free. So, basically, from what my understanding, what relativity is that time is relative, and that means that each kind of everybody perceives time differently. And for example, right now, if I took a spaceship at light speed away from Earth and then came back after a month, I traveled very far and came back. Um, Time will have passed a long time would have passed on Earth, and I would have basically time traveled into the future. And this is a real thing; you can look it up. Another thing is that you, for example, an alien right now on some faraway planet, could be looking in the telescope at our planet, at Earth, and be seeing the dinosaurs, basically, because the light kind of travels. So their perception of time would be much, much different to ours, and it would be an illusion, right? Because they're not looking at what's actually happening at this current time. And those are kind of three of my main arguments for why time is an illusion, and yeah, and this comes basically just from personal experience. Uh, Time is it's real, but we perceive it in kind of a distorted manner, right? Uh, and that's kind of what an illusion is. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps. Also, like 99 of you watching probably aren't subscribed, so if you're enjoying it and you want to see more of this type of content, it really helps me out a lot. I really, really appreciate it. Anyway, continuing. Now, my next point is that just because everybody perceives something a little bit differently does not make it an illusion, or even that you perceive it differently at different points in, in time. Well, um, and what I mean by that is that for example, imagine a red apple. If everybody looks at that apple and they see that apple as a red apple, the same size, and but with a few quirks, everybody, um, it's the same apple. It's not an illusion. They're not seeing an illusion. But if a person looks at that apple and they see kind of something totally, different from that apple each time, and from person to person, and that's starting to become an illusion. And we can also take, classical illusions like, those images on the internet that always kind of trick your mind. And, in my opinion, time is always tricking your mind. Like, how many times do I need to go somewhere and I'm like, oh, I have 10 minutes left. I look at the clock and hell, I'm 10 minutes late, you know? Or sometimes it's the complete opposite. I think, oh, I'm 10 minutes late. Oh, no, it's totally fine. So time is constantly, tricking you. It's not a constant line. Obviously, time is not an illusion if you kind of record it with, for example, with a clock. That clock will always kind of record it. It's not changing. It's not as fluent. Uh, but that also goes for regular all of the illusions. Those images on the internet where the lines, seem a bit different. Which, if a computer looks at it, the computer doesn't see an illusion at all. It's only humans who do because our brains are wired that way. So, yeah. So basically, tackling one of the biggest philosophical questions, in my opinion, time is obviously, not obviously, but time is an illusion. Because just due to how unreliably we perceive it, and the fact that it can be manipulated through science, right? Um, so yeah, that's kind of my take on time and how it's perceived. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. As I literally said a couple of minutes ago, I'll leave like, subscribe, and yeah, goodbye.